Good morning and welcome to what is the sixth investor matching session that we've been doing for Bieito this year, and the last one that we're doing before the fantastic event that happens on the 27th. Let me just check that because I'm terrible with dates. It is the 27th of June. In Bilbao, where all the startups will be presenting together with the corporate partners the solutions and the proof of concepts that they've been running. Now, just to explain what those pilots and those proofs of concepts are, basically Bieito 4.0 is an open innovation platform that connects corporates together with deep tech industry 4.0 startups. And the way they do this is through paid pilots, hence providing commercial traction for the startups and obviously, as I say, proof of the concept itself, and obviously providing that commercial traction and that proof that the technology actually works for the investors that could then be interested in investing. So without more ado, and just within that, what we've been doing over the last 6 sessions is these investor matching sessions where we have 5 or 6 of the startups that have been running these proof of concepts with the corporates, connected with 2 industry VCs that whose thesis that matches the startups themselves. So anyway, without more ado, and I explained that terribly badly, so I hope the actual proof itself in the pudding of the event will explain it better. I'll bring on Nintyen, who will talk us through Icos Capital, and Paul, who will talk us through Omnes Capital. So guys, it's all yours. Nintyen is your top of the screen. If you'd like to start, you just talk us through your thesis, who you are, introduce yourself a little bit to the audience, and then Paul, it's all yours after that.
Thank you, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nintyen Lal, founding partner of Icos Capital. Icos Capital, we got established in 2006, and the focus has always been about sustainability-related investments. But we take sustainability in a broader sense. We focus only on industry, agri-food, chemicals, materials, carbon capture, and technologies that relate to those sectors are the ones of interest. We're investing in companies that have $1 million or more of revenue and proven market traction, so technologies that are in development phase. We still like to talk to them, but we are investing only when the company is on a Series A or B phase, when they have proven technology and there's more of a sales pipeline and customer base established to some degree. That is investments in Europe. Across Europe, we just finalized an investment in Spain as well. Our first investment in Navarra in a company called Moa Food Tech. We haven't even announced it. We just signed the papers early this week. So looking forward to engaging with more companies with such talent pool and proposition.
Fantastic, and any excuse to come and visit Navarre, the north of Spain, or Spain generally, is always good. So that's fantastic news. Paul, all yours.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation again. So quickly about Omnes. So Omnes is a private equity platform. With 2 core businesses. The first one is around green infrastructure. So it's a team managing roughly 4 billion. Mainly investing in like solar panels, wind farms, and batteries. And so the second arm of the firm is a venture capital fund, for which I work for. In the VC fund, we invest in deep tech, early stage in Europe. So just to define a little bit the 3 terms. So deep tech for us is everything around disruptive technologies. We are like fully convinced that the next wave of innovation will be a wave of deep tech innovations that will tap some untapped market. And create some new technological leaders. So we invest in 3 main verticals, from health, where we invest a lot in everything around like tech bio, so AI for drug discovery, AI for clinical trials, so AI applied to health mainly. We also invest in what we call sovereignty at the European level, meaning that we targeted some sectors where we consider that there is a huge sovereign stake, and Europe has to play has to have a role in these sectors. So it goes from cybersecurity to space, through quantum computing, through AI, through all these kind of sectors where we have like a strong sovereign stake. And last but not least, we also invest in everything on sustainability. So in the sustainability part, we invest in mainly 2 value chains. The first one is the energy value chains. So quite like all over the value chain, from energy production to carbon capture to alternative fuel, to battery recycling, like all this stuff we like. And the second value chain is the sustainability part, is agricultural value chain, where we invest in like we have two ways to approach the value chain. The first one is how to optimize the existing value chain with like some biopesticide, bio-entrants, new tools to optimize the yield, stuff like that. And we have another way to approach the value chain, is how to grow food tomorrow. So it includes everything around cultivated meat, alternative way to produce some food, fermentation, stuff like that. So just to give like a few examples of recent investments, we recently invested in a nuclear power company called Jimmy, producing some industrial heat for the industry. So they're developing a small nuclear reactor to do that. We also recently invested in Planet A Foods, a German company. They are developing an alternative way to produce some cacao in order to produce some local and decarbonized chocolate. We also recently invested in a space company called the Exploration Company, developing some cargo for space exploration and to bring some cargo to the space stations. So very different types of company with the same idea of like core technology to tap the huge untapped market. So we do that mainly at the Series A level. So we also do a little bit of seed, but mainly at the Series A level to bring companies from like the first product to the commercialization and the industrialization. In terms of geography, we mainly invest in Western Europe. We have offices in Paris and Munich. So I used to say we invest in France, Germany, and the borders, so all the countries close to these 2 locations. And that's perhaps like few words on my side. So I'm engineer by training, obviously due to the sector we are looking at. So I started with some R&D and startup subjects. I used to say I was not good enough for the R&D, so I switched to the dark side of the ecosystem with financing. So I have been working for the Venture Capital Fund of EDF, the French utility, and then I joined Omnes roughly 2.5 years ago to look at the deep tech sectors.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that you find the startups we'll be presenting today interesting. I think they've got some. I think you both mentioned carbon capture, ClimateTech, and it looks like we'll be starting off with Neil from 51 to carbon zero. I always forget the carbon in the name because I can't see Rita from Infinite Foundry yet connected. So we'll get started now. For those of you in the audience that are connected and watching this, we do accept questions coming in from the audience. So if you do have a question, just tap it into the chat and we'll put it up on screen and we'll get the founder to answer it. It always makes it slightly more interesting for everybody if we do that. And the startups I'll bring Neil on stage now. And thank you, Neil. That's brilliant. He's just started sharing his screen. I always ask people to do this before they come on screen, and he's got it down to an art now. And each startup has 3 minutes for the pitch, and then 6 minutes for Q&A. What I'll do is I'll come off screen. I'm in the background. I'm registering the time, and when the 3 minutes or the 6 minutes are up, I'll come on screen. Initially, it's just like a gentle reminder, and then if they carry on, if everything carry on happening, and the founders keep talking, then I'll sort of interrupt them and say, look, it's time to move on to the next one. So anyway, here's Neil's screen. Neil, good luck. I'll disappear off and I'll be back in 3 minutes. It's all yours.
Thank you, Tom. You've never had to come on and jog me, have you? Never. Hi, Paul. Hi, Nintyen. Really interesting to listen to your thesis or theses, whatever the plural is. We match part of both of them. Let me explain why. 51 to Carbon Zero, we are a B2B SaaS company, and we help corporates fight climate change. That really understates what we do. We are determined to help corporates reduce carbon. We're mission driven, and we want to reduce 500 million tons of CO2e through the companies that we recruit by 2030. That's 1% of the 2021 total. So that's significant. And some might say, over ambitious, but we're on track. It's early days, but we're on track, and we're determined to achieve it. We have amazing early traction. We've been in business for 15 months, and we have a very highly experienced leadership team, and a team of 10 people now who are delivering to our clients around the world. We're focused initially on a sector where we have an unfair advantage, and I have built and sold 2 businesses. I have always liked to start focusing on a sector where we can get real traction, prove the models, prove the technologies, and then move out to other sectors. So the sector I'm about to discuss with you has 60% of our revenue. So 40% is elsewhere, mostly in food and beverage and financial services. The sector I'm going to talk to you about now is not one that either of you have talked about, but it is an astonishingly underserved sector, according to Gartner. And it's the advertising, media, marketing sector. So 60% of our revenue is in this sector, and it's designed, the sector focus is designed to give us a real kickstart in the area. This particular sector has 2 times the footprint of the aviation industry, so it's significant. And let me just explain it very quickly. You have the advertisers, the big brands that we all know. They want to do advertising. They employ an agency. The agencies employ ad tech, and the ad tech position their digital ads in publishers. There's trillions of ads. Each one leaves a footprint. So the footprint of the corporates and of the advertising is 2 times the aviation industry. We're also moving into entertainment, advertising, and events. So we're talking to Formula One. We're talking to sports franchises right now in terms of selling, because they rely on advertising. Our differentiation, that people say that there's a lot of carbon accounting tools out there. Well, there are, or there might be, but we're not a carbon accounting tool per se. We help the companies transition. And our team has got success in selling companies before, building and selling global companies before. We have UN climate experts in our team. We have corporate ex-head of sustainability as our CEO. We have a team which can really launch us into saving the 500 million tons. We have a sector focus, like I talked about, and there's only one other player in our sector. So it's a fantastic sector to get started in. And we're building towards what we call Chat 51, which is we have a database that's building with footprints on there, footprints over time, with milestones, with target dates, with solutions, with whether solutions work or not, and whether people are achieving dates or not. It's an example of the corporate response to climate change, the real reality of it. We're building that database now. The database is learning all the time. And Chat 51 will be placed across the top in about a year's time when we have enough data points to enable policymakers and corporates to really find out what's going on. Our early success, we've got a 3-year contract with 30 clients. Contract value is between 10 and 150, depends on the type of client we're dealing with. Some of our contracts are now 5 years. We have 100% quarter-on-quarter growth over 15 months. Half of our revenues in the US, despite us not having a presence in the US, we've been pulled there because of our awareness in the industry. And we serve 30 markets. We have NASDAQ clients, we have FTSE clients, and we have IBEX clients in Spain. Our ambition, and we are on the route to achieving it, early days, but our ambition is to get 100 million plus, probably more, by 2030. Gross margins, we're already hitting 80%. We're not making a profit yet, but we will break even this year. We take unit economics really seriously. We always have in our companies, and we're going to hit profit this year. So the money that we're asking for, which is a late seed or early Series A, whatever you call it, 4 million euros, is needed to scale. It's not needed to prop up the operation or anything else. It's needed to scale, particularly into parts of Europe and into the US. The timing for the investment is probably Q4 2024, possibly Q1 next year. Depends on the investment market. So that's us. Thank you for listening, and look forward to answering any questions.
Wonderful, thank you, Neil. I let you go on, as you say. I've never had to interrupt you with the 3 minutes. You've always done it straight to. Anyway, guys, you've got 6 minutes for Q&A. As I say, if sort of the questions dry out, don't worry, I'll come on and we'll move on to the next startup. So anyway, it's all yours.
Thanks, Neil. One question is, I don't quite understand what's your USP. I mean, there are many, like you said, there's many, and the big players are also entering the market. And as a result of it, this market becomes very crowded. And when it gets crowded, people prefer the brands. So what gets you the clients?
Okay, we have a T-shaped proposition. If you imagine the letter T. The vertical at the moment is our expertise in the sector. So I've sold both of my previous companies to big advertising groups, WPP and Dentsu. Richard, my CEO, comes from advertising. Some of our investors are big brand gurus in this area. So we're beginning to dominate that space. So in terms of our proposition to the sector, we have one competitor. And that competitor has a very, very different business model to us. One that's much cheaper, but doesn't deliver value along the line. So we're very happy with that. Now, our big competitors, we have 3 types of competitors. We have platforms like Watershed, Normative, Persephone. They don't operate significantly in our sector. We have a specialist set of technologies to support our sector. The other competitors are, I think you were alluding to, people like SAP and Salesforce and Oracle. They have carbon modules, which can often win the big enterprises, but we're already winning clients off those because they're not carbon specialists. And when you talk about understanding how to reduce carbon in a corporate, there's a number of complexities. It's a wild west of regulation and confusion. And you need advice, and you need a platform to guide you along it, not just a place to receive, how much carbon you use. And the third competitors are consultants, and we love coming up against consultants. My background's Accenture and McKinsey. We love coming up against them because a consultant can advise on some things at a very high cost, but it can't provide a platform to provide regular measurement over time, which is what we do, because the only way to get transformation is to measure over regularly. So our platform, so the T-shape, the vertical, is the sector we're in. Now, 40% of our revenue is outside of that sector, and that's the top of the T, and that's the transition to net zero bit. Because our platform, more than any other out there, according to the clients that have chosen us, enables the client to get to net zero, not just to measure and to comply and to produce regulation reports, but actually to append solutions to it using AI technologies. To quickly get started on getting down to net zero, and to holding individuals in their team, their climate community, as we call it, to account through the regular measurement and the processes through our platform. We engage employees along that because the way to achieve net zero in a corporation is to engage everybody you can, everyone that's got an interest, and increasingly everybody does have an interest. And our platform engages people over time within not just the climate community that are tasked with reducing carbon, but actually all the people in the business that are interested in it, so they can get involved. So the T-shape of our proposition is the transition to net zero piece, and the vertical bit is the sector focus.
Okay, thank you, Neil, again for the presentation. Just a question. I would love to have like your vision on like the structuration of the market on the long run. Do you consider, how do you consider like this S&P and Salesforce guys? Do you think that there will be like some distributor for you, or some partners? Like, happy to have your vision on that.
Yeah, good question. So we have mapped the market pretty thoroughly, and we have guessed what might happen in the future, and we reckon there will be a consolidation, probably 2027, and that consolidation of the players can take many forms. I think there will be consultancies buying companies like us. I think there will be some of the big ones buying companies like us, and I think companies like us might buy other companies to get the scale. We've been approached already 2 or 3 times. We're way too young for that, and our ambition is too high. But we've been approached already. We think in 2027, by 2027, there'll be a consolidation in the market, and there'll be a number of key players that will come through. And the same thing happened years ago in CRM. There were lots of CRM players, and then they congregated into Salesforce and what was called Siebel at the time. And now they're fragmented again. And I think the market will see that circularity. So lots of players at the moment, all vying for position. A number of them are going to go out of business. The carbon accounting plays only will go out of business. We're in it for the long term. We've got some decent investment behind us. We've got some really good clients. We've got a proposition that stands out amongst others. So I don't think we're going to be one of the ones that fall by the wayside. We're going to be one of the ones that either people will acquire us or we will acquire in 2027.
Okay, awesome. Okay, thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, Neil. We'll see each other in Bilbao on the 27th, in 2 weeks' time, just under 2 weeks' time.
Look forward to it.
And now I'll bring on Bruna, who has to turn on her video. Here we go.
Hi. Hello.
From Foundry. Hi, Bruna. Could you start sharing your screen, please?
Yes, of course.
You can add it.
I don't know if you're already seeing the presentation.
No. The screen's not appearing here to add to. This is why for those. There we go. Perfect. Here you go.
Yeah, perfect.
This is why I say to you, from those of you in the backstage, if you can start sharing just before you come on screen, it's brilliant, because then it's more seamless. So Bruna, good luck. I'll leave it to you, and I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are Infinite Foundry. We are a software development company that specializes in digital twin technology. We were first established in 2017, and we currently have around 28 employees split between Portugal and Brazil. Our mission statement is to provide innovation and efficiency in a way that is lean, green, and digital. We do this to tackle the many problems that modern industries face. We know that profitability of industrial operations is often compromised due to low flexibility, lack of optimization capacity, and limited resilience to responding to the many challenges of the market. So what we do is grant the most precise digital twin software, which is completely adapted to solve these challenges, guaranteeing increased flexibility, traceability, and leading to higher and more consistent profit. We have worked with a lot of different industries and clients. Here we have just a few to show. We started mostly working with the automotive industry, and then we moved to aeronautics, and now we serve diverse industries such as energy, IT, aerospace, logistics, health, smart buildings, and many more. And this is just to show how versatile our solution is. To do what we do, we see ourselves as the operational and engineering control, and we see the SAP layer of this, the administrative and business layer of this, as partners. This is why we partner with so many companies. For cloud infrastructure, we collaborate with Google, Microsoft, Oracle, etc. Beyond this, we also have partnered with a lot of the connectivity companies in Portugal, and we do make up part of a lot of tech clusters and startup builders across Europe and South America. In terms of our competition, of course, we have it, but we differentiate from them through our capacity to bring together the three areas in which they reside into one unique solution. And beyond this, we have the added value of our value proposition, which is that we do all of this in real time. How our solution works is that we build a digital twin from input data. This can be cameras, it can be lasers, it can be an Excel file. We build this digital twin, we show it in Unity, and at the same time, we are performing calculations with our very own AI physics-based neural networks integrated with OpenFOAM. And these calculations in real time are giving us optimization suggestions. So this basically allows us to have predictive maintenance, to have a real-time virtual replica of reality, to have training of operators, coordination between tasks, and many more solutions. Our end goal is to have a connected world. So when our twin is implemented in all factories and the logistics chain, we get consistent quality standards, enhanced sustainability tracking, and adaptive production planning, and more transparency, because we know all the time what is happening at every single step of the value chain. As we continue to innovate, we are looking into expanding our solutions outreach. We are working with in developing a sustainability score that is product and factory specific. We also now aim at achieving our very own 3D digital twin marketplace, where we would be able to choose from a variety of operation templates, streamlining the twin setup process. This basically means optimize the twin building process itself. It would be a solution that is template-based and user configurable, catering to the diverse needs of small and medium caps. It would be a more low-effort solution, not requiring the traditional tailor-made software, and allowing for a more unified and cheaper way not only to build a twin, but also to control and optimize operations. What we ask from you is to help us grow faster. These are the 6 markets that we are looking to expand further into. We want to expand our technology to 50 plus large industrial customers, and we want to shape the future of digitalization worldwide. We want to make it in real time, and we want to make it a digital twin. And so that is our value proposition. That is what we are asking of you, and thank you so much for having me here.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Bruna. Sorry, you took away your screen just as I was about to click on the square here at the bottom. So, guys, you've got 6 minutes for Q&A, and I'll be back.
You're on mute, Nintyen.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. And so my question is this. I know a lot of these predictive maintenance digital twin companies, but every client implementation is unique, right? And it becomes more like a implementation of a consulting project, like months as opposed to days or weeks. Then comes the ARR part, annual recurring revenue part. What part of that 2.3 million revenue that you're making is annual recurring revenue, and what part of it is consulting business?
We, like I said, our solution is very versatile, and it has a lot of different layers. In terms of revenue, our goal is to sort of be not just to offer our traditional company product or solutions, but also offer this low code area, also becomes sort of a SAP and this ChatGPT layer of operations. So offer all of this sort of integrated. So when it comes to our revenue, it's a lot of it's mixed. We offer this consultation aspect with a solution, also mixed because we through our solution we want to give this power of decision making and decision support. So it all ends up being a lot very much integrated, and that's a lot of how we are also able to continue with the clients, grow with them, and offer further solutions with them, because we are giving these two components integrated, and so it's not very much segmented in that way. It's very much the twofold of what we are trying to do.
And in that sense, sorry, I was wondering if you are like any you wish to target like specific type of customers in order to I don't know how to say it, but a little bit improve the scale of your product. Meaning that as the customization is quite high, and you have like always some tailored stuff to do with your clients. Have you any specific focus for like the first clients in your strategy?
Yeah, so like I said, and you probably could tell, a lot of what we do is work with industry, and we have worked a lot and mostly with the automobile industry. Our solution is very custom made, but that's precisely why we are developing our low-code library. We have a very extensive database of operations and manufacturing processes. And this allows us to distinguish ourselves from our competitors because we already have so much information of different processes, techniques, and machines that are used in different manufacturing processes. So we are able to adapt more quickly and give a faster, construct a faster solution to different clients. And that's what has allowed us to grow. And that's precisely why we have been able to move into other industries. So we do have a very high focus on the manufacturing industry, but because we have so much knowledge already encompassed in our company and our product, and we are able to start developing these ways of giving a faster answer to what the client are requesting. We're now able to go into other areas such as sports, such as smart buildings, smart cities, training of operators, health, a lot of different areas. So yeah, to answer your question, we do have a very high focus in the industry, but because that's where we have our biggest database knowledge, but that is not our sole focus. We are able to work with different types of industries and areas and sectors.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Bruna. I will take you off screen now, and I'll bring on Tony from Goldilock. Tony, you did have your screen shared, and you took it away. If you could start sharing again, and in the interim,
really? I thought that I had shared it. So
you did, but something must have happened because it disappeared. So they must have.
Well, I must have done something, of course.
There you go. But now it's back. So just put it full screen. That's all.
There we go. Okay. So thanks for the opportunity to present. My name is Tony Hasek. I'm the founder and the CEO of Goldilock. So I'm going to give you
just one thing. It's not, sorry, Tony, not just one thing. It's not yet full screen because we're all on smaller screens. It would be good if you did the presentation version. You can see the.
Okay, hang on a second. So I have sharing. So where is that then?
No, on the application itself. I can't see if it was PowerPoint or PDF, but you just had you didn't have it on showing the full screen of the presentation.
Really, it was PowerPoint.
Then just click on see presentation view. But you've now taken off your screen.
Sorry about this.
You've now stopped sharing your screen. So if you could start sharing your screen. There you go. Right. And then it was just literally, it was on, you weren't on presentation view. So if you just.
So I should leave it like this then?
It's okay. This is fine.
It's okay. All right. No worries.
All right. All right.
Put on my glasses, then it works.
Oh, that's fantastic. A different day, a different platform. So, so thank you very much, and I'll breeze through this. Mainly, I think you'll have questions at the end, so that's okay. So I'm going to give you a couple of statements to start off with. The first one is that your organization is under attack, and that is an absolute given. And the second statement I'm going to tell you is that the only thing that is safe on the internet is something that is not on the internet. It's paradoxical, but it's true. Goldilock has developed a unique and patented solution to enable secure physical connection and disconnection of sensitive assets, data, at scale, remotely, instantly, and without internet connectivity. And that's very important. We don't use the internet to control this process. We offer unparalleled security through a true physical disconnection using out-of-band and non-IP signaling methods. Wide compatibility, which means it seamlessly integrates with any legacy system, and easy scalability. Simple to install, easy to put out there, easy to manage. We have 3 bulletproof solutions in one. The first is a lights out or timed access solution that allows scheduled connection and disconnection of assets. It can make an organization instantly up to 76% safer. We operate as a big red button or a cyber or AI kill switch, as people are now calling us, that will allow you to blow the bridges in case of any attack, and a shields up or drawbridge scenario where you keep sensitive assets, networks, OT controls disconnected from the internet until the second that you need them. Clients want to use us because we save them time, we save them manpower, we save them money, and ultimately we will save them reputation. And our market is massive. Just one vertical, operational technologies, we estimated about a year ago to be about $3.5 billion of serviceable attainable market for us, but that has since grown almost exponentially, and I can explain it to you later in the questions. We have very good traction, and we have a full pipeline in the millions of dollars for this year, and in the tens of millions of dollars for next year, and potentially in the billions of dollars. We are graduates of the National Cybersecurity Center in the UK. We were one of only 30 companies accepted to the NATO Diana Defense Accelerator for energy security. We have paying customers and advanced POCs with world-leading brands like British Gas, National Gas, Centrica, and most recently the Australian Government Defence Network. And we are growing a world-class sales channel, and we already have partners like Thales, Graybar, Sterling, and NCS signed up. We have a very experienced management team of entrepreneurs, salespeople, marketing, technology, of course, finance, and security. We have raised $4 million to date. The round that is open at the moment is a seed pre-A round that has been led by New York Angels and Harvard Business School alumni angels. So we have great validation and great due diligence. Our vision is that Goldilock will be embedded in every connected device. And as you are interested in deep tech, we are aiming to be at chip level eventually. And we're already doing our research and development in that area. And I'm going to leave you with a couple of quotes from experts at Cisco. So for any data address location, you want Goldilock to be standard practice, i.e. anywhere that a network meets the internet, Goldilock should be installed. This is Andrew Van Hayes, who runs government networks for Cisco. And Greg Akers, who is the advanced security research head at Cisco, says this is an exciting new approach to protecting high assets and is an essential tool for security architects. So that is Goldilock. That's where we are. And I'm happy to take any questions you might have.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Tony. Okay, guys, it's all yours. I'll be back in 6.
Tony, thanks for the presentation. One question, clarification. So how does it work? So you have an office, let's say, or you have a factory. It's not going to be on the internet. It's going to go on a separate, let's say, VPN type of a setup. Is that what it is?
No. So I've been in IT for almost my whole adult life. Although I'm not a technologist, I was a history and political science major. But that gave me a sort of particular insight into technology because I always looked at it as a bit of an outsider. So I worked in network architecture and I worked in software development, and I know the problems there, and I've known the problems there. So VPNs, as we've now seen, are compromisable. And in fact, almost every VPN in the world has now been proven to be compromised. Any software or logical process is compromisable. So when I invented the solution, I wanted something physical. I wanted to use the law of physics to protect things. So the best way that I can explain this is to, we are akin to an extremely smart cable that breaks itself and repairs itself instantly. So there is an actual physical disconnection, and we control that physical disconnection. So that was the first thing that I had to overcome. The second thing that I had to overcome was, how do I control that? Because if I use the internet to control it, it's a waste of time because that's compromisable. So someone can compromise the access to the control systems and do that. So what I managed to do was figure out a simple method of saying it is out-of-band solutions to control the connection, physical connection and disconnection. What we have inside are actual relays that open and close. So there's a physical gap of air, like an air gapping situation. It is an air gap for all intents and purposes. And the control of that is not done over the internet. So we are using non-IP enabled secure stack SMS that we developed ourselves. We're using low Earth satellite communications. We're now finishing our research into LoRa, which is long range, extreme low frequency radio signaling. And the last thing that we're working on is mesh networking technologies that will be used to control Internet of Things devices, something like Zigbee, which is a protocol out there. But there are many that are being developed, so we're examining those. So our patent consists in two things. It's the signaling and the idea that the signaling to open and close an air gap is not IP controlled. And we have that patented in the United States. In Europe, we just received our Singapore patent, and Australia.
Okay, awesome. Just a question on the implementation, because I can imagine that is like a huge subject for like your potential clients to implement your solutions in the IT.
20 minutes.
As of today, so yeah, how is it structured? Like, how can you like shorten the times? Happy to hear like
we can't shorten the time because it is literally opening the box to it being functional is 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's extremely simple. So the reason that I initially developed this technology was because I wanted to do an offline online hardware wallet for crypto. Because one thing that crypto has been good for is it's taught everybody how valuable little pieces of data can be. So I wanted to figure out a way to physically have something disconnected from the internet, but to connect it instantly from anywhere in the world at the drop of a hat in order to do, let's say, a cryptographic transaction, right? So I developed it to begin with as a kind of hardware wallet that people could have at home. They could have their crypto stored somewhere, let's say in a safe or something like that, and then be able to bring the keys on and take them off just to do the transaction. So the whole time that they were off the internet, they were 100% safe. So what ended up happening was we got pulled away from, we have a very large client in the crypto space, Hex Trust, which is one of the largest custodians in the world. They manage about 25 billion in assets. But we got pulled into right now our main focus because it is the most profitable for us and the largest and sort of lowest hanging fruit for us is the operational technologies market. So protecting critical national infrastructure, water, gas, oil, electricity, because of course we all know that what's going on there, it's a bit of a massacre with China, North Korea, Russia, et cetera, and all the other bad actors attacking those things. So we're kind of becoming a de facto standard as what they refer to as a cyber kill switch that allows the operators to selectively at very, very granular level to take assets offline when their other cyber tools are telling them that they have a problem. Because right now what happens is if they have a remote pumping station or they have a remote relay station, et cetera, they literally have to send people out there to pull cables. And it takes a long time, it's extremely expensive, and not very effective. Plus, when they want to connect it all back up again, they have to send a person back out to do the same thing. And we do it in seconds.
Okay, good. Understood. Thank you.
Brilliant, Tony. Thank you for that. That was amazing. And
was I under 3 minutes?
You were under 3 minutes. You did perfectly. The timing was great. You can tell that you're an engineer.
No, you can tell that I got embarrassed the first time I did it because I got stopped in the live presentation. I was like, Jesus, I have to do better at this. So, good.
That's also true. Listen, thank you very much. I'll take off screen. I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll bring on right now Amelia. who needs to start up her video and start sharing screen, please, if you could.
Sure thing. Thank you so much, Tom, for the introduction. Thank you for the time and the space.
No, not at all. If you could just start sharing your screen, I'll bring it up. So that
I will
everybody can see.
definitely too. Let's see. Window, this one. And please
There we go.
let me
Brilliant.
know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And brilliant. And you're presenting. Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much. I'll clear off and I'll be back in 3 minutes. It's all yours. Good luck.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is Amelia Balsamo. I'm the CTO from Uali. And Uali is a ClimateTech startup that was founded in 2019. And since then, our aim was always to dedicate ourselves to minimize to work for the energy industry, minimizing the downtime that the industry has during the maintenance task, optimizing their processes, ensuring the safety of the people, and improving the efficiency in their overall operations. We produce data so these companies can make decisions. And how do we get there? Is with a unique solution and an end-to-end solution that produce actionable data for this kind of industries, the energy companies, to observe what's going on in their fields, what's going on with their assets. How do we do this? We combine cutting-edge technology, what's available on the market, so we can also reduce the cost for employing this high tech into the field. And also we develop our own artificial intelligence models. We develop our own technology. So we combine what's the most suitable from the market and our own developments into an integrated solution. And it's a combination of three main things. The robots that are the ones that collect the data from the field, the artificial intelligence models we develop in-house, so we can analyze automatically this information that was collected from the field, and we deliver this information through an integrated platform, a web platform, a digital platform that we develop from ourselves that puts together all the information that was gathered and analyzed from the field with these robots. That's the overall solution. This platform enables the clients to make fast and informed decisions through a very simple and flexible platform that can be integrated also to third-party vendors. So it can be easily integrated to the current processes that most of these companies in this industry has. From this platform, the clients can have insights, understand what's going on in the field, and how's the productivity and how's the safety of their personnel. We have two different business models. One of them is an end-to-end solution where we provide these three main components, and also our business model when we can adapt to the level of adoption that the client has in terms of the technology. As for example, if they already have their own drones, or they already their own robots, whatever the type they are, we can collect that data, analyze them with these AI models, and adapt this information into their processes. Our portfolio is mainly dedicated to the energy industry, and we are both in the oil and gas as the renewables industry. Some of them are the quantification of methane emissions, and this one is particularly important while many of this industry have a very aggressive target on reducing their emissions. So The key difference here between the traditional operation, the traditional inspection that is run in the field, is that we can do it faster, safer, and with a lot more coverage, because with the drones we can cover much more area, even in the most difficult weather and geographical conditions.
Amelia, I'm gonna have to cut you off there because we've gone a little bit over. But
Okay.
you can go through what you're missing here in the Q&A.
Sure.
Okay, sorry about that. I
No
realised that
worries.
you couldn't see me because you've done full screen, but
Yeah,
but
no, I can see it. Sorry.
brilliant, no worries. So Nintyen, Paul, it's all yours for the next 6 minutes.
Okay, I'll go again. Thank you for the presentation, Amelia.
Sure.
Why do you need drones? Why can you not get the data from satellites? And there are all kinds of satellites out there, and there are probably competing services that are doing the same thing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. That's actually a great question. From satellite, we discovered two main things. Well, we don't, we can integrate also that source of data. We find out through the drones that it is more flexible to integrate different type of sensors, whether it's for the methane inspection, even, or if it is for thermal inspection, we can do more precise measurements. And I'll go back to the methane most particularly because
Okay, for the gas sensing then in that case.
yeah, in this case, that's mainly a precision thing. With satellite, we can have a high level view and understanding of what's of the measurements, but then with the drone, we can run more precise inspections, and that's the main reason. We use these different layers of information when the use case requires it.
Okay.
I don't know if that responded to the question.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank
Clear.
you.
No, in fact, it's a good one. I had the same one, so the same question.
Oh, good.
But, if we want a little bit to go further,
May I go back to see you? Because with the presentation, I cannot see you. Is that okay if I come back here?
Yeah.
I was sharing, I couldn't see you. So.
No, okay, perfect.
We can see you.
Yeah, we can see you. We can hear you. Everything is perfect. Now, just to understand, like your positioning on that, because as you mentioned, like you have like plenty of types of data, public data, proprietary data that you can generate. Like what's your positioning on that? Do you consider like you can be a platform gathering like all the type of data coming from satellites, drones, your drones, other drones, some I don't know, sensor on the side, stuff like that. And the second question is more on the fact that on the drone, what is off the shelf, what is proprietary. For example, I don't know if you're like trained your drones to be better in the acquisition of the data. Because you have like specific knowledge on the specific types of infrastructure, so you know that you have to I don't know, watch more like this cable and not this cable. I don't know. Just to understand, like first, what you're positioning in terms of being a platform, and second, what like your the benefit on the drones you mentioned a little bit, but more like on the like your knowledge and your differentiating factors on the drones part.
Okay. To your first question, we started we started with the idea of creating our own drones, but soon we discovered that there was already a lot of players in the market. Actually, a huge one, which is DJI. They have the 89% of the market already in terms of drones. So we decided by that time that we wanted to develop a solution that was flexible enough to integrate any type of sensor or any type of drone or any type of technology, because the drone at some point became a commodity, and we didn't want to compete on that market. We wanted to compete on what was relevant at that time, and it is still today, which is the data. That's why we focus the business in developing our own computer vision capabilities, our own models, to analyze the data we collect from the field with whichever the sensor and robot we want to deploy. That also allows us to keep our cost down, because it is a very competitive market. The energy industry is struggling in this battle of producing more energy while keeping the cost low, so they can remain competitive within each other, and also for the main consumer. So we are really competing with also with the cost of monitoring the assets they have, and we need to keep the cost low so the client can transition to these digital solutions. That responded to your first question? Why we?
It does, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
And to the second question, it was around the data, right? May you remind me, how was that? Okay, yeah. Well, I think I responded to a little bit in the previous one, because we are focusing the business mainly in the data that we collect and analyze it and deliver through this web platform that we can integrate to the processes. The aim here is to not to cause and to have another tool, not to be another tool for the client, but really to integrate and what we collect from the field and extend the capabilities that the client has today in the field with the technology that is our main purpose in this whole thing.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amelia, thank you very much for that.
Sure. Thank you for the time and the opportunity.
Not at all. Thank you very much. And I'll bring on Oliver from Kernova, and he's already sharing his screen, so this one's nice and seamless. So Oliver, all yours. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Thanks, Tom. Can everybody see the screen? Yeah, it's nice and clear. Okay, cool. My name is Oliver, and I'm a co-founder of Kernova. Kernova was born from the expertise of its members in heavy industry and machinery. Our core business is to convert machines actuated by fluids like hydraulics or pneumatics through our patented technology in electromechanical solutions. We have developed what we called the Smart Ecomotion Kit. What is the Smart Ecomotion Kit? It's just the conversion of fluid power technology like hydraulic or pneumatic into full electric machines. In this kind of applications, we find different ranges of forces below 60 tons and above 60 tons. In the market, there is no currently a solution, electromechanical solution that can go with guarantees over the 60 tons. For this reason, we have developed what we call the KRN series. We will see later what it is to operate in this kind of forces. How we operate? We just run a study. We study your applications and provide a feasibility analysis and return on the investment, and also offer a plug-and-play solution. What is this KRN series? This is a patented solutions to replace hydraulics and pneumatic cylinders and also the whole power pack. And it goes above the 60 tons, which is the force where all this electromechanical is the force that is not really in the market already. Our technology goes beyond that force, as I said before. What are the benefits of these solutions? Why do we choose these kind of solutions? Well, we've got an energy saving of 35%, depending on applications. No contaminant at all, no hydraulic or pneumatic production, oil production, the efficiency of the process is increased to 90%. With respect to the 60% of the whole of the other applications. Low noise levels below the 70 decibels, which are the safe level of this of the noise. Reliability and lifetimes, we can guarantee close to zero maintenance in 3 to 5 years. I can show you a real case we did on a press on a heavy duty press for a US manufacturer. On this press, the energy consumption difference with respect to the hydraulics is what we can see, what you can see on the table, and with the kilowatts or a price given, we have an yearly saving of 103,000 nearly euros in these applications. This is a very heavy duty press. We're talking about 235 tons. Applications for this technology, these are the applications we selected because we had some interest from manufacturers. We are recycling and agriculture industry. In the machinery industry, we are talking about the BMU building and maintenance units. And in the industrial sector, we are talking about injection molding machines. Investing and potential markets. What we require from you is an investment of 144,000 euros to build the first prototype and to bring the technology from the TRL 6, where it is at the moment, which has been validated through simulation tools, to TRL 8. And it also covers the certification and everything to be able to sell the product in every market, like a US market, European market, and British market without any restriction. We've did a business research, and then the business model we have chosen is basically guarantee the use of the technology through royalties to the first main manufacturers in Europe, with we split in the different through the different applications. And also we have detected a high increasing trend in this kind of technology because of the restrictions and the incentive that the governments, different governments are putting into industry for cutting down the energy consumption.
Oliver, I'm gonna have to cut you off. Well, just show this one slide because obviously the team.
It's just the team. We've got technical members on the team, and we also got some members of the team experts in economy and trade. And this is basically the whole presentation. Apologies for the going over the time. Brilliant. And I hope you guys understood the whole point of the presentation, which is presenting this new product.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, Nintyen, Paul, it's all yours for questions.
Okay, thank you, Oliver. So this product has never been produced, right? So you are now. Have you not proven it at all? It's still on what scale have you proven it?
As I said on the presentations, is at the moment on TRL 6, which is basically proven on simulation. So
simulation, okay.
Yeah, simulation tools with members of the team, high expertise in FEA analysis, vibrations, shocks, and everything, dynamic and static analysis. So this is how this technology has been tested for the moment. Giving a TRL 6. That's the reason why we're seeking this investment, to bring the technology from the TRL 6 to TRL 8.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver. Just a very basic question. From where does the technology come from? So what is the genesis of the technology? How do you create it? And what is like off the shelf and what is like proprietary?
Some of the members, well, myself, I was a technical director of press manufacturer in Europe, and we detected that all these machines were tight to hydraulics. These hydraulics are a highly inefficient technology, which, as I said, is about 60% efficient in comparison to the 90% efficiency of the electromechanical solution. So we detected this need, and obviously doing our research, we realized that there is nothing in the market capable of going above the 60 tons in electromechanical solution. So, and then we run studies and compare the energy consumption, the maintenance, and everything related to these two different technologies. And the results we got were incredibly beneficial for the electromechanical technology. And that's the reason we are launching this product. And hopefully we've got an increased interest from companies around the globe. The only restriction we are finding is there hasn't been done just yet. That's the reason we want to build up the first prototype, test the technology, and bring it to the TRL 8, which is going to give us, or is going to take away all these, let's say, barriers that the people have about this technology, obviously, because it's a brand new, it hasn't been done before. It's totally understandable.
Okay, just one last question on my side. Who are the producers of the smaller machines? It's like what type of companies they are?
For you mean for manufacturers of this kind of actuators below?
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that some actors are producing some smaller. Yeah.
Power Jacks. This is I think it's a British or a Scottish company that manufactures this kind of actuators that below these 60 tons. Also in the Spanish market, there is a company called Niasa that they also manufacture this kind of actuators. But as I said, below the 60 tons realm that we are. That's how we kind of detected these two different ranges in machinery.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you, Oliver.
No problem.
Wonderful. Oliver, thank you very much for that. Paul here from the audience has done a little bit of guerrilla marketing here to trying to sell you his sensors. So there you go.
Yeah.
If you want to connect up with him later on. And with that, I'll let you go, and I'll bring on Iñaki from the last one, Eatamigo. So Iñaki, you're now on screen.
Hi.
If you could just start sharing your screen, then I can.
Yeah, hold on. How should I do it? Present. Okay. Slides. Hold on. Share screen. Give me a sec. So, can you see it? Okay.
Yeah. It's not on full screen. We had this before. If you want to put it on full screen, that's great. If
but
not,
I don't know how to do it, but you can see it.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Reasonable, no?
Yeah. I'll be back. I'll leave it to you. Good luck. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Okay, guys. Thank you for your time first. Well, we are Eatamigo. I'm sure you have used Glovo, Uber Eats, or Just Eat in your life. You know how it works. But you probably don't know that they are charging, it was 30%, now they are moving up to 40% commission rate to the restaurants. Plus, the customer belongs to the big platforms, and the money goes at first to these big platforms, and later, it can be between 15 to 1 month, goes to the account of the restaurants. Another fact is that still today, 46% of the percentage of the delivery orders are done by telephone. Although it seems a bit amazing, it is like this. Regarding the market, the delivery market in Spain is growing at a 10% ratio annually, and is expected to reach 12 billion in 2028. In this sense, I refer to Spain, but our solution is pretty horizontal, meaning that we can apply other languages such as English and French pretty easily. But as we are from here, we are focusing in the Spanish market. Our solution is called Eatamigo. It is a SaaS B2B AI solution for restaurants. What we do basically is from the customers, we automatize the possibility of doing orders by voice, by WhatsApp, and web. And I want to underline the voice thing because we are almost the only ones in the market at the moment. I believe DoorDash is doing something in the US, but it's still very, very starting with it. So what we do with the orders, the claims and the bookings, we notify the restaurant, and then if it's delivery, if it's takeaway, the customer gets the order in their house. I think also that time has come as a consumers to do the orders directly to their preferred restaurants, and I think that is something that is getting more and more in the conscience of have that responsible type of consumption and do it directly. So our platform, as long with the receiving the orders, is capable of doing campaigns. We also offer a POS digital menu, QR orders and payments, and we have a part of AI-powered reports that is giving a glimpse of what's happening in the restaurant automatically to the customers or restaurants. We are looking to a sales plan of finishing with 100 customers this year and growing steadily till 2028. We have an MRR of 250 euros per customer, and we charge €1 per order and booking. That's basically the pricing. We are looking for 420,000 Ks, which are going to be basically on product improvement and development, on the commercial structure and customer service, as well as marketing digital investment, because that's the way we are going to get known in the market. The team is composed by specialists and some commercial and some software specialists. And probably I would say that our uniqueness of the phone voice channel at the moment is our core to invest on us. So basically, that's the presentation. These
Wonderful.
are some of the customers we have.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Iñaki. Nintyen, Paul, it's all yours for the next 6 minutes.
Thanks for the presentation, Iñaki. How does this work? I try to understand. If I was to be your customer and I would order, would I mention what restaurant I want to order from? How do I get the menu? Do I go to your website and order it? How does that work? I think you froze.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, now yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you are the end customer, I mean, the customer of the restaurant, what we offer the restaurant is that he can do the order. If he calls, you're going to be attended by an AI-powered voice assistant, all right? If you don't want this type, and you can do the order, and the order goes straight to the system of the restaurant. If you don't want to do it like that, we can also send you a message real time through SMS or through WhatsApp.
Are you mediating between, am I ordering from the restaurant or am I ordering from Eatamigo?
No, you are ordering from the restaurant. Normally, restaurants have the POS system. So although we have a little module of POS system, normally they do have, and they are not going to change it. So we get in between, and we automatize the channels, which can be the telephone, the WhatsApp.
We order from the restaurant, and who delivers?
Then we are integrated with delivery companies such as Global Business, such as Catcher, such as there is a lot of software and a lot of movement going on in this field because the big players are going through turbulences at the moment. So there are appearing a lot of small rider companies, and we are integrated with those. But the aim is that the restaurant, I mean, the customer, as you will, he doesn't see anything against the food, and the restaurant gets superb and I would say service and at a lot cheaper way. It's all right, or anything? Ask me.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Iñaki, for the presentation. Just a very naive question: is there something that can Uber do in terms of strategy? So is there like in their strategy to because they have like a massive build-up strategy. They want to build up with like a lot of features. Do you consider that it's something that they can do one day because it's part of the strategy, or definitely no?
I mean, I don't know some Uber from inside, but the core of their business is that the customer is from Uber, not from the restaurant. So it would mean a whole change in what is their politics or strategies. They can do it, of course, but it's another company. I like to compare it what has happened in the past with Booking and the hotels. If you remember 10 years ago, everyone would go to Booking. Now, slightly, everyone is consuming directly, and Booking is a bit of a search machine for if you like the pool or not or whatever. In this case, even more, because normally you order food from the same restaurant, more or less. It's strange the day you or a pizza of a hamburger. Maybe one day you want to order, I don't know, Mongolian food, then you can go to the big companies, you know. But that's for me the example, because I know a bit the hotel business, and now these are go direct, they have fidelization programs, so that's a bit what I see the future. I don't know if it's answering your question.
Yeah, it is. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Iñaki, thank you very much for that. I'll let you go. And Nintyen, Paul, just to say thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you found the companies interesting, and hope that next year when we do the same thing, you'd be interested in joining us again. And for those of you that are connected, if you do happen to be going on the 27th of June to Bilbao, well, we'll see you there in person. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, for the invitation. Those are like nice companies. See you.